win.
Yep, I'm ready. Sput's ready. So much for Silty on the cameras. He's ready. And here we go. Looking steady on that first grab. Trying to get it to seal a little bag. He does. Down into the hands of Loveridge. Kango's, the passing game has been incredible these first couple weeks. Big test, though, against the defense like Nfinite to see if they can continue.
So Kangos with clean passing, getting that attempt below goal, and they will get it through the hands of YouTube Strambitsky at 3 meters to take the lead.
And there you go. Right off that first joust, exactly what I was talking about. They had, what, maybe one missed pass in there, one or two, but so many clean ones, and the ones that mattered right there for the relatively easy goal, just from the bottom dunking position there. So great start for Kangos as Nfinite rolls out.
Nfinite losing possession with that long clear to Mad as Mad clears it out, and that boost from Kangos to challenge the disc immediately.
And quick note too, I guess we need a quick name switch on the overlay there for the stream.
The stream title needs to be changed. The overlay is correct.
Overlay was incorrect, but now I get to roast you some more. No, just kidding, because we've got a game going on here, because Kango's on the play here, looking for a 2-on-1 situation, and Strambitsky gets the goal. Yeah, I think the situation with the overlays really is just on the website. Now, technically, there is a defined orange and blue side. Teams kind of take their own liberties, and we try to accommodate for that. Hence an easy button press to switch team sides when necessary.
So getting that stun out and the recover, Strambitsky sending it down field, but into the hands of YouTube. YouTube looking for that pass, getting it, trying to pull this incredibly aggressive Kangos defense out of position, but Kangos to recover at a mid, go for the shot and off shield.
That was a lucky miss there, at least if you're on Nfinite, didn't want to see that one potentially go in for another goal. Right now, you can see the defense playing a little bit out here. It's Andy W in the midline. Obviously, we saw in that last game there when we had Milk, I was talking about how cutting their midlines off of that defense as a good pass goes, but just misses. So off it goes again, but
Kangos passing is so clean. It's just with that shot attempt, and they get it. Palace at 19 meters. That's what they need. They're on the board. It's a 1-point game. Able to score off that breakaway. That's what they need.
And for Kangos, a couple of misses that may be a bit unforced ultimately. Just kind of those dings. But hey, it'll be like a 3 again, like you said, and that's what Nfinite needs to get on the board here. So Kangos missing that opportunity, and Nfinite, losing out on that one, because Kangos right back at him, and it's sealable this time. So he gets his first 3 points of this game.
Kangos positioning, passing, their passing is clean, their positioning is so strong, and their game sense is brilliant. They are all such strong players, and collectively, they are incredibly strong, and it can't be stated enough.
Absolutely, and I guess a quality they take from Gorillaz, part of their namesake at least, as well as Kangos. When you really think about it, that is one fearsome and a very muscular creature. But hey, looking very fearsome on this season 1 so far are the Kangos, but Nfinite trying to tangle with them as they dish a back pass out to the back line. Palace, as well as YouTube, I can only assume. Indeed.
So with YouTube, the trusty goalkeeper at the back line, trying to find that pass off the ceiling, but it will sail wide. And Strambitsky's there going for the clear, and it's still in the backfield of Kangorillaz.
So they get a clear as well. A lot of brawls going in the back line as that disc just sails outside the bubble. Will be taken first by Seal. Little bit of an angle, doesn't opt for the 3, instead opt for the pass, and that is classic Kangos for the even better looking shot. 7-point lead as it's a 10-3 lead now in the first.
Kangos just looks like they're in their element right now. They're so, I'm gonna stop saying they're so strong. I don't even want to compliment them, but their passing is just that good.
Their element right now is fire, for sure.
And they are burning it up. And not able to get that pass through the tube out of the gates is Nfinite, losing possession to Kangos. Kangos trying to look for this clear and let this boost down to recover it.
And you can see there too, almost playing a double defenders in the back line. So even off that turnover, they were already a pair for Nfinite playing way deep on their side of the floor. Kangos will get an offensive approach here. But look at that midline defense trying to cut it off and does so nicely. So Zach, great grab and clear.
Great read by Zach, able to get that snag off the floor, but Matt immediately slapping it out and not able to connect on that shot is Nfinite.
Rebound though into the goal. So Andy, he's most comfortable for sure when he gets those very close range dunks or inside shots, and definitely finding himself a comfortable goal, making it a 5-point differential now with 4 minutes left.
5, 4, 3.
Definitely off their game, their A game, as Kangos is so strongly entrenched in their strengths. Infinite looks like they're just trying to get some proper footing and find something to respond with.
This will be helpful. They do get the disc back here. It's YouTube in that deep back line looking for that clear. Just dodging through is Zach. A W couldn't get the pass though, so a turnover again. Backing it out. Tightly contested is Mad by Andy, but still will find a clear only to an intercept by Palace.
So another pass to Ceiling, trying to get that pass, but it's stunned. But this Kangos defense, they're everywhere all the time.
And again, that deep backline play, still actually missing YouTube. He was in the area, but just couldn't quite corral it.
So Strambrisky coming from the bubble, and he's able to get it at 3 meters with a pump fake. Trying to get YouTube to bite on it. YouTube didn't bite, but he wasn't able to get the follow-up.
It was a tough turnaround for sure because, yeah, YouTube was playing deep there in the back line, looking like he had a really great chance of getting that disc, but just barely missed it. And therefore, Kangos are not a team to leave things like that unpunished a lot of the time, especially this season so far. So we're just seeing them kind of build upon what they've already put up in the first 2 weeks.
And look at this Kangos stack, just keeping constant pressure, able to respond, getting right there, keeping that pressure. They're everywhere. They're reading all of these passes. They're applying pressure properly. Their defense is so strong.
Oh, that's a good-looking pass on the second one, though. Oh, looking for a dunk. Palace was anchored up there on top of the goalie, but couldn't quite find that one.
So with a bounce off the lower blocks, it's now a scramble for the disc, and Andy to get it to Ceiling pass to Palace, but Palace not there, not able to read that following bounce, but Zach is there looking cross court and too high for Andy as Andy throws his hands up in disappointment.
But luckily, still gets a disc back. So, oh, the nice shield on himself. Zach, beautiful moves, timely in fact, to get them back on the score sheet.
And that's the Zach that we love seeing. Maybe that the other players don't love seeing. They love to flame him for it, but it's so entertaining to watch as he whirled and twirled below the goal for 2 meters. And that's what they need. They need to play like that. They need to get back into their game.
That was a fantastic move from Zach. Even without the whirls and twirls, still the disc collection in the traffic there, and then able to shield his head from those stuns just to, break away from the defenders and buy himself the goal. There were a lot of really great timely moves that he made to buy themselves that too. So great to see, and maybe it can buy them some momentum as they get back on defense here.
Palace trying to get that clear through too, but Mad hiding in the back line. So with it, possession, Strambisky to just bring it up into the ceiling, but not able to get that back pass out. Is sealable bag into the hands of Zach.
Yeah, Seal didn't have a lot of momentum. He was looking for a barrier pass. Kind of saw that barrier was covered at the last second, but again, not much momentum behind him, so he just kind of had to throw it out, and it got right into the hands of Nfinite. Now there's less than a minute left. Need a very quick score to stay alive. It's still possible for sure. Going in now. Couple players, Andy assaulting the goalie, Strambitsky is out, Mad is out now inside the goal, so 2 goalies stunned momentarily, but now stunned on the edge of the bubble is Zach, so taken away by Loveridge, and big takeaway because that will probably seal this first round.
But to recover it off the wall is Zach. Zach under pressure, sending it to that back line, and not able to get that give and go into the hands of Mad for the clear.
Oh, dangerous situation, but now on that clear, Nfinite takes this away. It's Andy having it stolen and going in. Oh, losing the hands and yelling in my ear just as well is Strem with a very entertaining scream, but screaming in victory, I'm sure, just the same, because 12-7, Kang goes. And maybe hold that thought for a second, because we'll see. Okay, 12-7 indeed. First round, Kangorillaz.
Well, I'm so glad I have them muted, because that was one wacky-looking bug or whatever he lost tracking, and it was just as funny to watch. I'm sure that his scream was hilarious. I lose you, Palidore? Am I still here? So, I think we've lost Palidore. So, going into the second round, and we have completely lost Palidore with his... He's back? Palidore, can you hear me? So, I guess I'm taking over until Palidore can find how to fix his issues. But incredibly strong play from Kangorillaz in the first round. Is dominant passing, able to pull Nfinite every which way, applying pressure defensively in the backfield of... And Palidore, are you back?
Maybe.
Palidore is back. So, thank God he's back. I can sit back. What were you going to say, Palidore?
Well, I was going to say that scream from Strem was entertaining, if not damaging, and indeed so damaging that it sent my audio all into oblivion as all my things got switched up. How'd you do that, Strem? You're a magician. In fact, pulling it out of his wizard sleeve, as Sputnik would say.
9, 8,
He's got lots of tricks.
6,
Who, me or Strem?
4,
Everyone.
2,
Indeed. All right, well, I'm
assuming
assuming...
the arena.
Indeed, we got the second round going out, so couldn't read the stats for you, but that's okay. We got it along the way. Here it's Palace in round 2. So down it goes to Zach. He's going to invert rather. Andy W, one more pass. Little strong, but does get to Zach. So another back out. Extra patience being shown here, but being denied right at the rim. It's Sealable Bag with it again.
Sealable not even playing goal, just flying by, but able to get that read and the snag.
So what do you feel like for Nfinite? I mean, what are they doing that's kind of unusual and that they need to just change? Because I feel like they're looking a little off kilter compared to what I'm used to. I can't pinpoint too many specifics, but
As Kangorillaz just decisively getting to the end of the field while the triple stack from Nfinite was stuck in the backfield of Kangorillaz. What I think Nfinite is doing and not doing, I think that they're just out of their element. I talk about this element so much. They're not playing it with that incredibly fast boosting. They're not playing with strong positioning. They need to be playing faster. They need to get into their groove. And they need to recognize what they're doing because I can't recognize it.
right now that's at least a good initial rollout. But again, the pass right there, kind of an unforced turnover. Trying to throw it with some strength, of course, but might be seeing identical plays there almost from that stack with Loveridge. Couldn't quite convert the shot.
And to recover it at the back line is mad. Not able to get these clears off the upper trench. This Kangorillaz is so strong. I've been saying that's enough. I gotta stop saying it.
But strong Gorillas.
Strong Gorillas, strong Kangorillaz. I don't even know anymore. But Strambitsky to pull it up and outside the bubble to Sealable with that cross pass, and they do.
Yes.
Zach is not able to get the save on it, and it bounces off their head.
Yeah, tough one. So almost grabbed, it looks like, in self-gold by Zach. So maybe even did. It was clustered, so I couldn't even tell, but close. Very close, but those close-range passing plays, just the same thing that's been buying Kango so many points over the course of these first few weeks, and continuing just to show that strength. It's ultimately hard, even for great goalies, to save those when you have these passes connecting right in front of the goal. It's hard to adjust, and as a goalie, you know, I'm sure you would know, it's very difficult to come back and turn around and immediately have to make a save on one of those passes.
It's so hard. You have to be born with the sixth sense. I don't know. I played a lot of goalie in hockey, and a lot of years playing, you just kind of always on edge. And Palidore, are you still with us? So it looks like
Yeah, I'm here. I just
Sends it back
had
the
some
other way.
water, you know. Had to take a quick caster's timeout because the action is so fast for these two teams.
It is. I mean, it's such a fast-paced game. They make these passes, they make these scoring attempts so quickly that it's just so hard to keep track of it. As Palace is approaching bubble, trying to get that cross pass, but having to pull back and send it to the back line with YouTube. So they're trying to get set up. They're looking for these opportunities, but Kangorillaz is just everywhere. They're greeting these passes. They're getting the stuns. They're not allowing Nfinite to gain an inch.
Gaining the disc though off a rebound. Zach trying to do his whirly twirls, but was just too cluttered that time. So finding the disc were the Kangorillaz into the backfield, but Strem contested hard by YouTube, goes into the bubble, and now a game of boost here as Palace looks like he gets the better end of that one, dishing a few punches before finding the disc.
But with no time, sending it right to Tube. Luckily, that defender of Kangorillaz was not able to get it, but immediately throwing that shot at the Kangorillaz goal, and Mad was able to get this snag.
And chat to someone kind of mentioning that passes. Yeah, some of these a little bit off. Now they do get a nice collection here. Andy gets rid of it right in time from that edge of the bubble. Just a two-pointer, but still something they desperately need just for momentum's sake, because seeing that 0 on the scoreboard for too long, it tends to put you in a panic if it continues to go on after a few minutes.
You asked earlier what I think is going wrong with Nfinite. Maybe it's communication. Maybe they're not having fun like they used to be having fun. Whatever it is, they need to figure what it is, and they need to get lock on it.
And I think definitely they're trying to do so now. We're seeing some of that slower play a little bit, like those back passes, and then taking advantage of the number situation in front of the goal, like the last play. I mean, just those more calculated, purposeful things. When you're driving into the 2-point zone, you're doing so with a purpose. Your passes are with a purpose. You're kind of collected on that end, and that's what we want to see right now. Kangorillaz losing at fair, swinging around, and nice grab from Zach. So here's one of those potential number situations. Good job on the conversion, and DW ties it up. So there you go, Sput. For all we're talking about them being out of sorts, it's a tied game here with 4.5 left.
I wouldn't say anything so soon, but it's good to see that see them coming back from the loss in the first round. Nfinite, they're strong players. They just need to get in their bag, as Far would say, and they need to make something happen.
And they're doing so now. The defense starting to really bother a little bit, at least. The Kang goes on that rollout. You can see the clustered situation. Unfortunately, that was going to squeeze through off the zipper line, pass corner to corner, to Strem finding the goal.
As B-Love says, what's wrong with Nfinite? Kang's defense is so strong, and it's not fair to lavish so much praise on Kango's and take away from Nfinite's abilities. But Kango, their defense is so incredibly strong.
And I mean, I was even saying in that joust too, Nfinite's defense was looking strong on that rollout, but you can see all it really takes is one mistake, one guy to get lost, and because of Kango's lethal accuracy in those passing lanes, they just punish so much harder than just about any other team in the league when it comes to that. I mean, they'll find those open passes every time, it seems like, so it's tough.
It definitely is tough, and Far saying, I'm going to need a check if you're going to use my quotes. Well, it's in the public domain, and I'm going to use it anyway.
And that said, it will roll out here as Loveridge collects the disc, collecting that check for a 5-point lead. Kangos.
12, 11,
Able to respond to that tie game as Kangos just playing so hard, so quickly, getting these breakaways, getting these boost victories, and pulling their lead to 5 points.
teams have cleared the launchers.
And looking strong with the last 2:45, so again, just time not quite on the side, but not out of reach yet as Andy and Palace try to reach for each other on that stack. Short range, pressuring pretty well, and now collecting for them. So Nfinite back here, a chance as they reset to the deep back line.
Zach with possession, losing it, trying to recover it off the ceiling, but under pressure, gets that slap, too. Andy, another loss of possession. Kango's just so strong. This game sense is incredibly strong.
I'm very impressed, honestly, watching that. Ooh, that sail's pretty close. It's going to be collected 2-on-2. Now the defense retreating and completing the play. Palace receives a disc and sends it down the line. So Nfinite, another chance here off of a good stack. Couple of stacks to get back quickly.
So with the clear out, 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining, Nfinite down by 5. They have to put the pressure. They need to run a strong defensive stack. They need to emulate Kango's, and they need to make these stops.
Yeah, still time, not a bunch of it, but still, it's a 2-goal game essentially here as they try to collect 1.5 minutes, being lost, and then right back. So Palace taking that from Loveridge, looking for a corner pocket clear. There's the quick stack, and there's a quick reset. So again, the pressure immense, the game intense. Strembitsky just trying to find a player there, but Zach punching him well out and clearing it out as the secondary boost from that back line gets up front. So it will be recovered by YouTube. Oh, couldn't convert the shot. That is a very tough miss, but maybe they can collect it here. They still have a chance, but opportunity perhaps missed now.
I don't know what to say. It was a devastating miss from Nfinite.
Yeah, the tough one on that because it's been kind of rare for them to get that close to the goal this match, and largely because of that defense you mentioned. So not being able to convert on the ones that are given to you like that will definitely hurt the efforts. Could have made it a 3-point match, but unfortunately will be taken here and right back to the midline. But the time once again just not friendly for a comeback on Nfinite's side.
Looks like Strembitsky had gone for a mail slot shot, missing by a few meters, figuring, hey, we've got this round. Let's just try and go for the style with ease.
And that's classic Strem, I do suppose. He'll pull those things off from time to time. But yeah, just finding no more time on the clock. 5-6 seconds left, and that'll be it for this match. And hey, Kangorillaz, they remain undefeated now, 4-0.
Kangorillaz definitely had something to prove with the losses that they faced in the preseason. They definitely have done it. This Kangorillaz defense is so strong, and that's the last time I'm going to say it. But my God, they are impeccable on defense, and they will make the stops that they challenge.
And more, just as important, I suppose, the defense strong, but just the pretty much perfect passing when they needed to make those assaults happen inside the goal. I mean, again, finding those open men with the open windows of opportunity. So even when Nfinite had some good defensive stops, all it took was a few extra inches of open space for Kangos to find that pass and convert it into a shot. So the defense, like I said, intense, but the offense, it was just flowing today for them.
And they did everything right.
In full credit to them. Sorry, it's just I mentioned yesterday's matches coming into this one at the end of the stream. I was kind of thinking, Kangos, they've been good, but I was expecting law of averages. They'll eventually have one of those slightly off or even just average games, and Nfinite was starting to look much better last week in their matches and just starting to, build upon that otherwise, not disappointing first week. And so I kind of thought Nfinite had a good chance of taking it, but Kangos proved me wrong and just continued what they were doing without any signs of stoppage. So hats off to them on that. Proved me wrong.
Definitely. And with that being said, I have to go prepare for my stream later tonight, the first initial podcast of the stack. So it will be on my Twitch channel at roughly 10:30. So going for that plug. But really a great game.
Yeah, go for it. What's your Twitch username for everyone in the chat?
My Twitch username is SputnikKobra, all one word. If you'd like to join us for the first episode of The Stack, it will be a great podcast. We've got great production. I will be joined by Andy W. And on some days, I will be joined by either Rosie Hope or Caption. And tonight we will have Coda Sleuth, who will be talking about his new combat league called Flamingo League, and Maddie, also known as Neon Purple Raven of CVRE. So hopefully I don't curse myself by saying this prematurely and there's an issue, but we'll be live in just a few minutes.
Oh, there you go. So tune into that for SputnikKobra. It is the stack, correct?
Yes, it is.
the stack. I like these all these casts, these podcasts we have coming up in the community, all Echo themed and great to see. Been tuning into them as much as I can for sure between all the other matches we have going on. So great to see the community content. So yeah, thanks for joining us, Sputnik, and good luck on the podcast tonight.
Thank you. And as always, have a great night, Palidore.
Oh, thanks. Now, as for you guys over there in the community, actually, I'll just ask real quick. Subtlety, do you have anything to plug? Because I feel bad. We don't like to get you talk sometimes. No plug, says Subtlety in my ear, so okay. But Subtlety, always doing a great job on the cameras and making life easier, certainly for the casters. So thanks to him for camming tonight over our 2 matches. Beyond that, I think that's... Actually, no, I do have a plug for you too, though. Kind of a lame one, but hey, if you want to see occasional dumb commentary clips as well as my failed puns on certain apps, visit my TikTok at Palidore. Yeah, that's right, fellow kids. I'm one of you. All right, but that aside, I think that's it for the night. Got some more games coming in. Let's see. Over the weekend and going into Thursday as well. Finally have some European matches coming tomorrow, I believe, if I can get this match page up for myself real quickly. And indeed, yeah, so we have Jesters and Phantoms tomorrow, starting at 1:30 p.m. Central Time, and Vibers and Vertigo. Looks like Vibers there, too, with a new logo I'm noticing. Very nice, very nice. And then later in the night, we have on the North American side at 7:30 Central, Flare versus the Legends, SSBC Legends, that is. A Ne Plus Ultra versus Genesis. Reboot versus 6 Foot Over, Chaos and Legends, Wireless Jackson Nova, and then Reboot and Space Force. So actually an almost unusually clustered up Thursday compared to normal, but I'm down with it. Sounds good to me. So yeah, tune in tomorrow. Got a lot of stuff on the plate. But other than that, this has been VR Master League. I've been Palidore. That was SputnikKobra just moments ago and for the duration of our cast, and so much for subtlety on camera. Thank you everyone in the chat for joining and watching and enjoying, and we'll see you again tomorrow.